What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. We Tech Does. We get to some real world stuff. How's everybody doing?
Oh,
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. All right. Rick's in Midgar or something.
hmm
Whole city's going up soon. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I don't know if I'm sure we talked about it before, but I want to show this video and bring this conversation up because every time this word is used, this word settling, I feel like it's not the conversation that's supposed to be had because they're using a different definition, and I understand, it's not the one in the dictionary, but I feel like we should find another one because what she's talking about, to me, I think we're a little misguided, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and check it out.
I dated a guy who told me that my birthday was just another day and not to expect too much. And now I'm married to somebody that treats my birthday like it's freaking Christmas and celebrates my birth month, not just a day. So here's your daily reminder, not to settle.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm happy for her if she found a guy to do exactly, I guess, what she needed. But then the conclusion to that is to never settle. And again, the word settle, I feel like we use these words and make up our own definitions. But at some point, and again, maybe I'm thinking too literal with that word. At some point, if you're going to be in a relationship, right, you kind of have to, right? Eventually, right, to get settled.
Mm.
Y'all got any comments?
I think there's two different meanings to settled. So there's like settle down and then there's settling. Those are two different things.
Okay.
So I think in her case, I mean, yeah, if she would have stayed with the guy that wasn't doing anything for her birthday and that's what she needs, then that would have been settling for her and not in the right way, not settling down. That would have been going for less than what she was looking for.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, by definition, it's just like if you're not getting what you're looking for, like you settle in some way. So
Okay.
yeah.
On that same note, again, that definition is not in the dictionary, but I'll take it. On that same note,
Merriam-Webster.
yeah.
Hey.
Bro,
Okay, hold on. Then how about you tell us then
Yeah,
Tell us
go
what?
for it.
your
you.
definition?
of settling,
Yes.
Yeah.
it would be from the book dictionary. It's coming to a place
Urban David.
right. It's coming to a place of like right, a confirmation of the status quo. That to me is what's being settled is type of thing. I feel like using
dude.
right. I feel like using her to mean both of those things is confusing, especially when we're talking about what not to settle for is him not necessarily treating your birthday like it's God's gift to humanity. Like there could be other things that are important. What if we find that and like don't settle for that, but then like, oh, he like beats you or something. Is that still cool? Like is that a good trade-off type of thing? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of conversation about like basically like you can be a good dude and still like get dropped.
Well,
Like,
I mean, maybe that's just one thing she was saying. Maybe there was a bunch of different issues in the relationship, and that's just the one thing she brought up. She's just trying to say, like, look how good this guy treats me. He spoils me. He treats me like a princess, and this other guy, like, didn't give a crap about me.
Yeah, if I had to imagine based off of like the way she explained it, is the dude she was probably with, she probably just used the birthday as an example. But this was probably a dude that wasn't like regularly taking her out on dates.
Yeah.
Anniversaries were just another day. Like just someone that just was putting in the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And
don't say
then
that.
another point,
Don't say that. You're gonna trigger me. Don't say it.
they always say the English language is so complicated. It's so much more complicated than other languages. just like the word there. There's 3 different ways to spell
Fair
it,
enough.
and they all mean different things.
Yeah, I find people constantly using words they don't necessarily know the meaning of, and it's like I'm not sure that means what you say it means. So we got to find a new word for whatever this is. Never, settling. To me, again, you can literally. Some people they aren't taking it literally, like they don't think it is. But words, there's a power in words we use. That's what I'm trying to say. You saying never settle. I mean, what are you never settling for? Anything less than what you perfectly want? Does anyone ever get that? Like, so at what point, you see what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
perpetually looking at this point. Like, does
I
that
think
make
it's
you
rare
happy?
that somebody gets everything that they want, but some people probably
Wait,
do.
what was your definition of settling?
Okay, so let me run it back for you, brother. So settling is like coming to a point of I gotta not use the word in the definition, but coming to a point of like contentment where the status quo is what is desired. That yes.
Okay,
Coming
because
to a,
the
what?
definition I'm reading of settling from, I mean, it's not
What?
Webster, but it's
Go ahead.
dictionary.com, is to appoint, fix, or resolve, definitely and conclusively agree
Right.
upon as
Right.
time, price, or conditions.
Right.
These are she's settling for less in the conditions aspect.
Right. She's not having her conditions met.
Okay. But she said never settle.
Yeah,
You
we'll
see
get
what
with
I'm
the
saying?
times. Get with the times.
What the heck? Never
Get your 1800 ass out of here, man.
Shoo.
I can
It
hear
just has
that.
dual meanings. We'll just say
Dual
that.
meanings.
Dual meanings.
Man, y'all gotta watch these words, man. Y'all using watch, maybe never settle, and then you're looking for something perfect, and then you're never going to be happy, basically, because nothing's ever going to be good enough, basically.
Yeah,
That's
you
so-
just have to. I think we talked about in another podcast. You just have to decide what's worth settling on or settling
Yeah.
for.
That is true. So that's fine. My whole point was just they never settle.
Yeah.
The words never settle. Like when you put that out there, I'm never going to settle. Like,
I think it's more meant as like a mindset thing, though. Like never settle is more of a mindset. It's not like strictly saying that you can't compromise at all, but it's saying like you should have the things that have a lot of weight to you as
Mhm.
far as importance. You should have those needs met.
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
I don't think, but like you said, I don't think a lot of people are taking it that way. I mean, it's just dudes too. There's dudes. I watched a podcast where it's like these guys want multiple women, but have
Right.
never been in a relationship in their life. I don't even see how that's possible. I don't
Yeah,
even
that-
see why. And then theoretically, I mean, nothing wrong with women. I don't know why you actually want that. Not too many people like that can even like not even like a women are bad. Like I don't think there's enough for you to go around. That takes a special kind of dude. I'm not man enough to say it's not me. So it takes a special kind of dude. Not every dude can do it, especially one who's never been in a relationship with a woman. It's just I don't think it's going to work. They're delusional in this case, but they're
Yeah.
never settling. They're not going to settle, right? They're going to get they want a housewife to cook them everything, even though they're making minimum wage. This is this is a male side of it, right? That's why I'm saying I'm kind of opposed to this whole never settling thing. You should, I mean, I feel like the 80-20 rule type of thing kind of fits most. You find 80% of what you're looking for. That might be a good point to go say, okay, I'm good here. I'm going to settle.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to a whole, and this is where I'm going to end my, what are you looking
Yeah,
at?
that sounds accurate.
Right. Rick, thank you.
His cat.
Agree to disagree. But yeah, no, my cats are going crazy behind me. That's why I'm like,
I was gonna say, man.
PSA, don't get cat. All right, so let's go ahead to another video. I recently encountered with this creator. She has like a she's been doing like a little like a part series on TikTok where she talks about creepiness. Specifically creepiness from guys, specifically. Her and I kind of went back and forth a little bit in another one of her videos where she talked about like attractiveness and how attractive men can be creepy, which is true. And I simply said that attractiveness can overshadow some of that creepiness, so it goes a long way.
Yeah.
But she has something about approaching women and in public and like an example of what should be done as opposed to something not so nice. All right, so let's check it out.
If you're attempting to flirt with a girl and she seems even a little bit uncomfortable, your job is to end the interaction. But what if I'm reading it wrong and she's actually really into me? Dude, that's practically more of a reason to end the interaction. Women love anticipation. The key is to end the interaction in a way that leaves the door open in case she wants to come back in. I'm going to give you an example in the form of a true story. One time, my friend and I were out with her younger sister. We were at this bar restaurant, and it was definitely more of a bar vibe, but we were just there to eat. We were sitting at the bar waiting for our food, and these guys started trying to talk to us. We were not into it. Like, we were all feeling a little uncomfortable giving one-word answers. Like, it was just not happening. Number one, we were there to eat. Like, I was hungry. Number two, her sister and her friend were like 16. Like, we were in charge of them. There was no world in which the flirting was going to land. The guys were so smart, though, because they very quickly picked up on that and left us alone after saying these words. Well, hey, you guys have a good rest of your night. We don't want to bother you, but we'll be over at the bar until about midnight, and then we're going across the street till 2. We'd love to buy you guys a drink later. You stay safe. Have a good night. And then they left us alone, and we ate our food. And then my friend and I dropped her sister off. And we were like, what do we want to do tonight? Like, those guys were kind of nice. Should we go back to the bar? And we did. We ended up drinking with them all night. My friend made out with one of them. It was a great time for everybody. We knew that the guys actually cared about our boundaries and weren't going to push past things and make us uncomfortable. We also knew where they were going to be if we wanted to meet up again. We also had a very clear invitation and sort of announcement that they did want to see us again if we wanted to see them. And lastly, they gave us a great way to re-enter the conversation. Because when we came back to the bar, we went right up to them and were like, hey, is that drink offer still good? Like, we'd love one. And they were like, hey, it's good to see you guys. And we all ended up having a great night.
So first, what did you guys think of that?
I think she had a good point.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so too. Like,
Rick, you awful quiet.
yeah,
Shane
well,
goes,
she
I'm
thinks
waiting
of
to
it.
hear your mad rebuttal because you look like
like, it's not bad rebuttal.
so just go ahead.
Is that how I sound? Go ahead.
Kind of, yeah.
Wow. You were
Oh,
saying
man. Man, no, I don't know. Now I kind of want to hear this. But all I was gonna say is like, I mean, I guess it's like an ideal way for an interaction to go if you're gonna approach a group of girls and they're like not really interested right away or not interested at all in general. Like that's the respectful approach is just to leave them alone and like, you know, put the offer out there but leave it alone.
Exactly. I agree. First of all,
Okay.
you know, would offer buy as many by drinks, but that's just me. You definitely do that. It's not what.
You
What?
agree?
Hey. Hey.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Oh, your mic's muted. You talking shit. Dolphin noise.
Crap. Hold on. What the hell?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Sudden,
Yeah.
I need to get a new mic. No, I do agree. I wouldn't necessarily do it myself, but that's a definite alternative than you know, getting frustrated or pushing the issue.
Mhm.
Like she said, like, you know, I don't know who would say that, but like, what if I'm reading it wrong? Like, I mean, it's almost
Well,
as
I think a lot of
guaranteed
dudes
chance
tend
reading
to-
it wrong, but
Well, I think a lot of dudes, and probably chicks as well, but I see it mostly from dudes. They tend to over push the boundaries. Like
Mhm.
way over push the boundaries. Like you can clearly read the body language, or hell, even if it's through messages, you can clearly tell by the one word answer responses that they're just not into it right now. And some dudes just really keep pushing it. And those are the
Yeah.
that's when you just got to step back. And those
Exactly.
dudes, they step back. They read the body language. They read the responses and like, all right, you know, we'll back away.
Yeah.
it comes from
Think-
experience. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say he has a good point because I think I told you I've had where guys, no matter what I say, like I'm like, I have a boyfriend, whatever, they just keep pushing. And I'm like, what don't you get? Like, clearly I'm telling you I have a boyfriend for a reason. I'm not going to cheat on
Mhm.
my boyfriend because you want to talk to me or whatever. Like, some
Yeah.
guys just don't get it.
It's let me see. I think a lot of guys have this thought process at some point, and it can be detrimental. It's almost like this feeling of or not wanting to feel like you failed.
Mhm.
Fortunately, I give you an example of my personal life. I was once involved with this lady who was older than me. I was really into her. What's that? Jesus, man! I'm telling you.
Yeah, I swear you were going to refer to it the way you refer to it all the time when you tell a story. But then you
No,
rephrased it. Then you rephrased it. I heard it. I caught it. That's all I was like, oh.
I don't know what you were about saying.
Go ahead.
Polite
Go ahead.
gentleman. Anyways, this lovely lady, her and I were involved, and I was like wanting to date her type of thing. But she told me something. She said that she didn't want to pursue anything further than what we were doing because she couldn't give me everything that I deserve. Everything like marriage to children type of thing. Now, what this comes from, this context to this story is, I could have been kind of like pushing the issue. Basically, no, I can do this, right? I can do this. I can forgo this life of marriage and no chance of kids to be with you, type of thing. But luckily for me and for both of us, I was mature enough to understand where she was coming from, and simply leave it at that, and kind of like, I guess technically take an L, but not really an L. Like, subconsciously, it's like I didn't achieve that thing that I was met with a challenge for. But in this case, it was the smarter decision. So it was like, not every battle should be fought, is what I'm saying. I think some guys go at it and it's like they don't want to lose. They go to a girl and she's like shutting them down. They feel like that interaction, it needs to go positive for them, because if they don't, then it's like they feel like almost like a failure. Which in turn is like it shouldn't be that way. It's usually a sign of someone. I mean, I'm pretty sure all three of us could. I don't know if Amanda's ever approached anybody and been shut down, but the rest of us here, at some point in time, have gotten that rejection. And it does. The more times it happens, because it's going to happen. That's another thing. It's going to happen more often than not. It kind of gets easier. You kind of get more adjusted to it. Time. It's kind of one of those things. It's just the more you do it, the more you practice it, the more you develop it. Unfortunately, some guys, they get their negative thoughts about interactions with women reinforced online from other people who've had negative interactions with women. That's why I don't really like those podcasts and stuff that do that specifically, because it's like you're sharing the worst part of humanity, basically. People say like, don't get married and stuff like that. It's like, don't get married because I got screwed over. So you shouldn't be married because you might get screwed over. It's along that lines. So that's what I would say to what you were saying, Amanda, is that some dudes, they feel like, and this is part of like not having that abundance mindset type of thing. I feel like it would be similar, like if they didn't know that guys would hit on them, like some girls do have that, right? It's like they'll jump right into a guy who gives them any attention because they don't have any attention, right? As opposed to somebody, I'm guessing, like yourself, Amanda, who does get attention. It's kind of like you can be a little bit more selective. Or you should be anyways, but it's like it's almost natural kind of thing. Some guys, it's like they see any interaction. I mean, the fact that you talking to them is already like, no, she's talking to me. She's got to, like, this got to work type of thing. And like, if it doesn't work, then their world is destroyed. And I remember having that thought at one point, like 10, almost 20 years ago now. Jesus.
Yeah,
So long ago.
I get that. I get where you're coming from on that, but for me specifically, like, I think I told you guys, there was a guy that I talked to in the past, and he told me he wasn't looking for a relationship or anything. So I was like, all right, bye. And to this day, still tries to hit me up.
So it's that thing. It's like he failed, right? He failed at getting you. And so in his mind, it's like it's nagging me. It's a failure type of thing. I gotta fix that. I have to accomplish this. As opposed to,
but I don't know. I think some people should just take the hint, because it's at the point where I'm just like ignoring him at this point. Like the last few times he tried to hit me up, I'm just like, I already told you. Like, I don't know what you expect to change.
Definitely. It's not even a hint at this point. You're like blatantly telling him. At this point, yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like, for some reason, this guy seems to have not grasped that concept of like, okay, this girl doesn't want me. Like, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. Go find somebody else. If anything, guys, there's more women than dudes out here. There's plenty of fish.
That is true.
Plenty of fish out there, bro. It's like, and So that's what I was saying. I mean, do you guys got anything different? Zach, Rick, would you guys agree with me on my analogy there?
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you. Something that's common for a lot of guys, especially when guys go out in a group setting, is you kind of subconsciously like assess your level of pride based on the amount of like chicks you can close with. Like the
Mhm.
amount of chicks that you get interest received back from. It's like it affects your level of pride and your confidence in like your own group and your own social circle. So like guys just put way too much weight on the fact that like every girl has to like them, when in
Right.
reality, like they can be great people, and it shouldn't affect at all whether or not women reciprocate to their advances. But yeah, a lot of guys just in social settings, that's like a lot of social pressure they feel for like they need to have those advances reciprocated.
I like the way you put that, that they can be a great person and not want to be with you, because that's
That is true.
something that a lot of guys don't grasp. They immediately go hostile on you as soon as you say, yeah, I'm not interested.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And that's the whole the guy that had the mindset of, again, this is almost like a salesman type of thing. You're selling yourself to somebody, and one, you got to have some kind of product that's worth buying. And two, not everybody's going to want to buy it. Okay,
Yep.
first, you can't sell to someone that doesn't want it. Basically. Oh, there you go. There she go. Our fifth member. Yeah. She said, "Yeah, David talking that. That's what's up." oh. um, but yeah, no. So that's that. And then so on top of that, so I actually did respond to. Jeez, she okay?
She's just
You get her
Big
headset.
man.
Right. Y'all started without me.
Yeah.
So I actually responded to this video. 'Cause again, I think I'm liking her content, even though again I don't necessarily agree with everything. I think she puts it in a good way, as far as like a digestible way for everybody.
Mhm.
So here's me, because I was like, not bad. Another option to keeping your frame as a man, basically. And here's a good tell for me as far as content creators, if they're actually like just crap people, or they actually believe what they're saying and they're willing to engage. You know what I'm saying? People who are willing to engage, that's more of a teller for me. That person is trying to be genuine with what they're saying, basically.
Mhm.
Her first response, what do you mean by keeping your frame? Okay, she asking the question, trying to understand. Bet. So I explained a little bit further. Staying poised, even in the face of apparent rejection. It shows confidence, which is a characteristic women prefer. Right? Man, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, see? Right. So and then this random person, I don't know. Did a man tell you that? Because I am 99% sure you did not hear that from a woman. Ma'am, no, I didn't actually hear it, but I can see it. I can tell. I've experienced it myself. I've experienced it in other people. That's as far as my experiences go. You can't tell me anything else. Why
Well,
would you?
I think that person maybe didn't understand. Like maybe they read your words but didn't really understand what you were trying to say.
It probably
Yeah.
didn't. This is what I'm dealing with every day. When you talk about people don't understand words and stuff like that, like what I said. I mean, the creator apparently didn't know what I meant by that, so she asked me a question, said, and I responded, and then she responded also. Sure, staying poised, warm, kind, unbothered by someone not being into it, knowing that there's tons of reasons women might reject that don't have anything to do with you, which is a whole nother case. I've had women reject. Women reject me at one point in time. Okay, let them alone. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, now they want to do something. Okay, cool. Like, it's not always like, oh, you're gross. Get away from me. Like, never take them girls back. But um, if it's just not right for them, okay, cool. Let them be. It is what it is, right? It's not the end of the world. Like
That
somebody
is a
doesn't
good
like.
point, because imagine you go for someone and any other time they would say yes, but it's just not the right timing. And then you
Right?
just
Mhm.
go off on them or something. Then they're just going to be like, yeah, forget that guy and never want anything to do with you again. You messed yourself up.
Yep.
You crying that you're a nice guy. No girl likes you. It's like that's not good, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So moving on. This last video we got, it's a young lady. She's giving advice on like being good in a relationship type of thing. And it's so, again, I feel like me personally, I don't know what side of TikTok, I don't know if you get the lingo. So it's like different sides of TikTok. I've been on a bad side of TikTok where it's kind of like just been like man hating and woman hating is just going back and forth. So
Yeah.
to see a content creator kind of like give some, it's directed to the women, but it's very gender neutral as far as like the advice here, and it was like she put it into better words than I've said in my past to previous exes and stuff like that, and but she kind of laid out, so I got to give her props. Let's watch the video.
Let's talk about 8 things you should never do while being in a relationship as I do my skincare. This is coming from a girl who's been in a relationship for 6 years, so I know the ins and outs. By the way, all the products I use are going to be linked below. Number 1, never self-sabotage. You always want to give them the benefit of the doubt in every situation. Trust me, it is literally so easy to think the worst, especially when it comes to protecting your heart and your energy. But unless you have clear evidence, you just have to give them the benefit of the doubt, or else it's not going to go well. Instead, keep an open mind, ask questions, and you can make your judgment after you hear all the facts. Number 2 is never compare them to other people. When you get in a fight or in your feels about your relationship, it's so easy to just spiral and think about your exes or think about what you could have, but you just can't have that energy in a relationship. They're their own person, and I guarantee if you were being compared, you would hate that feeling. Number 3, don't have the exact same lives. It is so easy to get comfortable in your relationship and want to do everything with them, but you guys have to have your own independent lives or else your relationship is not going to succeed. The strongest relationships are the relationships that are independent, but they both bring value to each other's lives, you know? Number 4, never think of a fight as a competition. It's the battle that you two are overcoming together. Number 5 is major. Do not bring past relationship baggage. Your current partner isn't your ex. He didn't do all those things. He wasn't the reason you have trust issues, so you can't bring it out onto him. Number 6, never stop putting in effort. You two always need to both be putting in an equal amount of effort because that is what keeps the relationship alive. The second one of you guys stops putting in effort, that's the second someone starts to question the relationship and if they should still be in it or not. Number 7, don't have a wandering eye. I feel like a lot of people think, okay, if I don't cheat, I'm a good partner. No, if you have a wandering eye, if you're seeking attention elsewhere, you're just as bad and you shouldn't be in a relationship. And number 8, don't forget to prioritize your partner. Once you choose to be in a relationship, that person becomes your priority and your everything. So you have to always make sure they're at the top of the list.
Okay. So, well, first, what you guys think?
I think
Any
she had a lot of
disagreements?
good points.
Honestly, I think she spoke facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit me with the first one. I've said this so many times. It's like I feel like I literally have said that. Like I just want to be given the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
If something maybe looks suspicious, okay, sounds suspicious, can you at least ask the questions and try to figure it out?
Yeah.
Now if I lie and you find out I lied, okay, get rid of it. But it shouldn't be that you always are thinking of the worst of your partner. That's the point where I've experienced this. It's not doesn't make me feel good. Like you think I'm here intentionally trying to hurt you, type of thing, or it was always the same thing. It always irritated me. But to hear someone say that, woman say that, was definitely refreshing.
I think she's probably just a little more mature than other people,
Yeah.
And what I really liked about her video, because when she was saying things, I kind of was like, oh, I disagree. But the more she explained herself, I'm like, oh, yeah, I do agree. So I like that she continued explaining. That helped get her points across.
Yeah, she said the wandering eye. I was like, hold up. Oh, okay. That's taking attention. Okay, I got you. I was like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So I think that's a good thing to keep in mind, like with anything, is explain yourself. Especially because, people can get different meanings from the words, like at the beginning of our podcast.
This is true. Nice tie-in. Yeah. Oh, there she go again. Yeah, it's very well explained. I definitely agree with all of it. And especially about another point she made about the arguments type of thing. You know, sometimes it does turn into a competition, where both sides are trying to win. Um, and it should be more so, you know, we need to win together. It shouldn't be like one of us loses for the other one to gain something. You know,
Mhm.
it's all a compromise. Um and then the bringing your baggage, oh my goodness, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I try not to, me personally. I'm not saying I've never done it, like I'm perfect, but it's definitely a good thing. Leaving that to the past, putting what the past person has done to you onto the new person you're with is definitely a recipe for destruction. I've been with girls who have been cheated on by a previous ex, who, you know, now they're questioning me as if I did it, and it's just
Mhm.
like, no, you know, now you're thinking the worst, right? Ties it back into number one, where it's like you're thinking the worst of the person.
Mhm.
It's it's never good. That person probably needs more time to like. And this is probably back into we talked about before. You know, approaching them at the right time. You find somebody who just got a relationship. Okay, leave that person alone. They'll
Yeah.
probably be throwing that baggage on you, right?
Yeah, but the other thing too, is understanding why they think that you're cheating. Because maybe it is baggage still, but maybe you're doing some of the same things that their ex did, and they did
Mhm.
end up cheating on them. So maybe
Well,
look
it's
at
fine,
what you're doing.
right? But they say the conversation would come from that, right?
Yeah,
You're doing
exactly.
these things I find suspicious.
Yeah.
Why are you doing them? You know, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What's the reason for this? As opposed to you're doing these things I find suspicious. My last relationship, I'm doing the same thing. That's
Yeah.
my only that's my only gripe when it's like you already come to that conclusion already without having the conversation. I am doing something suspicious.
Yeah, but both sides just have to be willing to have that conversation. Because some guys, they would just get mad. Oh, you think I'm cheating? And then they wouldn't even want the conversation.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. I've said, yeah, the gaslight be real. That's true. And again, so the flip side of that is the answer those questions. If you're not doing nothing,
Yeah.
answer the questions.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Like she not there's no
Your audio's cutting in and out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's completely gone. I don't see his video either.
Okay.
I still have video of him. It's just his audio's cut.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what was happening to me.
hello.
I
Yeah.
hear, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to upgrade pretty soon. Yeah, what I was saying was that yeah, no, if you are with some girl, she has questions. I'm perfectly fine with questions. I've never been like annoyed unless they like those stupid questions like, "Would you love me if I was a butterfly or something like that?" That's stupid. But I always say no. Well, I'm not gonna love a butter, but questions, you know, where were you? You know, because I was, you know, like, why are you questioning me? It's like you're getting defensive. It's not really helping the situation.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes
you
it
know, I answer
worse.
the question.
That makes
Yeah,
you want to ask the questions even more.
that's true. That's true. If you plan on being with this girl, if you plan on being with this girl, I mean, you gotta communicate and be on the same page. You know, and kind of put her mind at ease, type of thing. You
Mhm.
know, uh, so communications is key. I don't know why. I mean, some dudes feel like they want to be controlled, like, oh, that like the girl is running their life. I have that feeling sometimes, but at the same time, it's like I gotta understand that, you know, some things could look suspicious. If I get the hunger at like 11 o'clock at night, I go to Jack in the Box or something like that, just rush out, and she's gonna wonder, you know, that's gonna
Yeah.
listen some questions. You know, what are you doing? Like, you don't, especially if you're doing something out of character.
Yep.
When you're doing something that's not used on the you know the agenda that you usually do. Nah, you know, if I start wearing cologne, it's like, why are you wearing cologne? You didn't wear cologne
Yep.
last 2 or 3 years. You wearing cologne now?
Mhm.
It must be some girl. It's just, you know. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, definitely communication, bro. It goes both ways, and she got to communicate. She got to communicate too, and not. And again, I promise you, if it was just simply as just not automatically assuming he's doing worse and just going through the questions, let him sink. Let him sink himself. If you don't want to answer the questions, then it's like, okay, then at least you're more valid in your assumption that he's doing something crazy. as opposed to you not asking any questions, automatically assuming you're doing you dirt.
Right.
You see,
Yeah.
it's like a meeting in the middle, a compromise, if you will, a
Mhm.
settlement, if you will. No. All right. All right. So that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you. Comment down below if you like this episode, or let us know what you want to hear in the future. Thank you very much. Peace out.
Later.
Peace.